In today's video, I'm going to be going over 5 tips and tricks to help you save time in No Man's Sky. With the release of Worlds Part 2 and the expedition of relics, there's so much to cover in No Man's Sky, and they are really tying it all together. So hopefully today we can save you some time and get you back out there adventuring. And that time you can dedicate towards, well, whatever you want. Sitting on a couch in an island, searching for living frigates, digging up bones. The world's your oyster. But thanks for watching the video, and I hope you have a great weekend. So our first tip has to do with the activation key, or the E key. By default, it is set on anything important, which means dismissing items, opening items, talking to vendors. Any action you make has to do with the E key. Now this may not seem like a big deal, and in the beginning it's sort of nice to have that buffer when you're interacting with items. But once you've learned what they all do, it really takes up a lot of time. Say you want to open 20 salvaged glass, 50 crates, whatever it is. All of these things are slowly going to add up. So I'm going to show you a quick comparison with the E key toggled to only dismiss, which is what I have it set to. And that way you have a little bit of a buffer when you get rid of items, but that way any other interaction you have does not have the circular timer inside of it. Our second tip has to do with maps that you get from the Cartographer. Normally when you open these maps, the game will go to a cutscene that lasts several seconds. This isn't a bad thing. Sometimes you can see buildings that are nearby, kind of take in the surroundings and figure out where you want to go next. But if you're opening multiple maps, this starts to add up. To avoid that, you can just jump into your starship. Not only does it make it a lot easier and remove the cutscene, but it also brings up an icon with an arrow to the location. Another thing to consider while activating maps is the atmosphere. If you're in a planet's atmosphere, all of the maps you activate will activate on that planet. If you leave the planet's atmosphere, then the maps can activate in any of the star's planet pool. Speaking of locations, our third tip has to do with scanning fauna and those hard to find creatures. Now I myself am a bit of a fanatic. Whenever I make it to a planet, I try and discover all the animals, all the plants I can, and really dive into each one. I will admit though, by that last creature, I'm usually going crazy. A lot of the times you'll notice that it says a creature is active during the day or it's nocturnal. Now for the first few weeks I was playing, I would typically just run around, distract myself, and wait for the day to change. It wasn't until I jumped in my ship, realized that I was on a giant circle, and just flew to the side of the planet that the sun was shining on. You can just change the time of day. That way if you're looking for a nocturnal creature, I just fly to the dark side of the planet, where it's night, and if I'm looking for daytime creatures or diurnal ones, I just fly to the side that's facing the star. And just like that, creature list complete. While we're on the subject of scanning, we're going to add in a couple of bonus tips here. While in your visor view, you can move and scan at the same time. It won't interrupt the loading process. This way you can scan a whole hillside worth of plants and minerals in no time at all. Don't forget minor settlements, and structures often have underground areas located right near them, which makes it easy to find those underground creatures. Normally when you get to a location, you'll have a mission indicator or a certain spot that you're looking for. Sentinel pillar, abandoned building. It's always something that's disguised or hidden right on the terrain. And you can't really pick the time of day you arrive. So what I did learn from another player was this great trick here. While in photo mode, you can just change the location of the sun. Even if it's for a brief moment, you can at least look around to get your bearings and figure out where you need to go next. Once I have a clear view of my surroundings, you can leave photo mode and then orient yourself in the direction of where you want to go. It really does make it a lot easier when you're flying at night. Now this last tip is ridiculous, but it's the truth. Just don't stop playing. Now here's what I mean when I say don't stop playing. The simple fact is, if you quit to mode select, the game is still running. Autophage drops and guild envoys are both on an in-game 3-hour time clock, which is great because it does force players to play. But say you just want to take a small break and get outside. Leave it on mode select. It's actually clocking time. You can wait 3 hours, come back, and all the envoys will be restocked. Well, that's going to do it for our tips and tricks, travelers. Hope you found the video helpful. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and we'll see you out there.